the women, the same, once we empower women, we have said when anything happens, women deserve a lot. They are marginalized. If they are marginalized, we have to make sure that because we want to enhance a very good community in the future. Because if women are left behind, it means we have left a generation. Because in a community where the women have been empowered, the society looks like it has some stability. Because you can see, if the women have not been empowered, we can have, children. Women, they have a great role to play to the children. If the woman has not been empowered about the importance of education, even the children will not realize why they need to go to school. That's why we say that when women know the importance of education, they make the country, they make the society to go extra mile. Because a society cannot realize it is fission. The society cannot realize how it is moving in terms of the authority, in terms of education, because the woman has been left behind. Because most of the times women, they spend a lot of their times with their children. So when women, they spend a lot of children with their children, when they spend their time with children, so there's a lot they can know. Look, even the way sometimes back when we look at the African culture. Women, they were supposed to nurse their children. When we were young, maybe sometimes we are feeling unwell. Instead of they were being trained on how they can do first aid to you. They used even to apply some home remedies. They used to have the herbs. So I want to say, when we train the woman into society, they play a great role. And like men. When we are being educated, so a boy child, I don't want to be like I'm against a boy child, but I want to say that I want to make clear is that this gender about women is very important. When we educate them, when we empower them, we empower the society. Because after all, we need to have children who are well trained. If women are not educated, if women are not empowered, it means the generations of tomorrow is going to be affected. That's what I can just say.
So, Mr. Japhet, umeingia kwa the next topic yenye ndivyo niende after this. Sorry. So I had that question about the empowerment. Women education is how it is important in the society. You have just mentioned that. But we have the, how is education key to empowerment?
Education, as you've just mentioned it, education is the key. And education is not just going to class. In the Bible, I love the book of Deuteronomy, and chapter 5 and 6 are some of the things that I love. Where in chapter 5, Moses is repeating things that he's like telling the families, this is how you need to live and all that. But when you come to chapter 6, he now turns to the Father and he says, and unto you, realize first of all that the Lord your God is one. And you fathers, you shall teach these things to your children when you walk with them, when you sit down, when you do everything, And that was a means of teaching children on how to continue the ways that God had taught them in the desert. So the education is here. Like, it became a lifestyle for them in the way that they were doing their own things. The education of our society, both male and female, is paramount in changing our paradigm. And a paradigm is how we view things, our perception, the way we think, the way we act. That's a paradigm shift, which we actually need to have. And this will only come through the education. It is not, I'm not saying through an education system like going to class or anything to do with that. Men should take the forefront of even encouraging young men to respect women, honor the women, treat them right, And then men should also continue with the place that they have come to, that they will understand that with this place, the reason as to why we were created male and female, then that kind of an education, because we still have people, it's not just going to school and making more, like more girls go to school. The last time that we were here with Mr. Visionary, I mentioned about Botswana. and how the women were taken to school because the men thought, oh, we're just giving them away. Today in Botswana, the women are more empowered compared to the men. And the society is now wondering, why is it happening like this? But if we still take our women and girls to school, but also teach the young men to know how to deal with these, it's not that they are losing who they are, but then they are coming to a place of understanding that we are moving together to a better future. Yeah.
So right now, we talk about drugs. Sometimes majority of women, when you wanaenda shule, you get them getting into those temptations za kutumia drugs. What causes that?
Thank you very much. You know, as we are moving forward, as we are getting, you know, education is good. Education, we have said, is the key to success. But you know, the education itself, sometimes people can take it wrong, and we have it is shortcomings. And one of the shortcomings is that you know, let's say for example, now the ladies who have been taken to the university, they have to borrow the culture from other cultures. They have to practice harmful practices. Like now we have the use of drugs. You know, when we talk about drugs here, we mean the women as well as we empower women. There's something that we need to tell them. Like now we don't need to deal away with our values, because values, you know, culture itself, we don't want to say that our culture is bad, like it has harmful practices. Let's say, for example, you know, the originality of something. Today, when you see JAPHET, you see there's a culture which is behind of me, which I'm made of. I want to say that culture is very important. In making the culture is important. All in all, as we have, you know, as we have the shortcomings of the art cultures, these other things which you can small upon. Like now, when we talk about the values, we have some of the values which we don't allow. Women are not allowed to take drugs. Like all of the genders, we know the drugs, they have its own limitations. Right now, if you go to the campus, you go to I have to say all the campuses in our country, even in the Russia country, the use of drugs, it has gone into another level. I want to say that when ladies use the drugs, it has a lot of effects. For example, when we talk about drugs, women take drugs, we just get it when they give birth. They give birth to children who have some deformities. Maybe the development of the brain, it's affected the development of brain of the child. When we talk about even, not only that, let's say when you talk about the lifestyle, as we empower the girl child to have education, we just get that they go to drugs, and once they go into drugs, it is effect again. It's about even the families. We have the breakup of the families. You get families that are not stable. People are quarreling because of this use of the drugs. Another way the drugs can affect women. Women, they forget about their roles. You get the women that are not taking care of the children. Children that are at home, they are suffering. They are crying now and again because because women have gone what? Have gone to drugs. Not only that, when they take drugs again, they make them even to forget their values which they have been taught from their family background. Let's say, for example, about the Christian life. When like now where I come from an SDA family. When I talk about the SDA, in SDA we don't allow all the people to take drugs. But you see, when our ladies have gone to the university, we have those ladies who change and they start taking drugs. And then now, the drugs has its own effects, and which is the effects which are harmful effects. Like now we can talk about the cases about mental health. Most of the women who have taken drugs, most of them you get that they have mental illness. We have what you call addiction. Women have been addicted. You can look into society where women have been affected, they are addicted. You can see even the way the children are suffering. Not only that, again, it makes even those parents who are aspiring to take that to the university. Sometimes it kills their morale because they feel like now this education that we are going to take our girl child, it is important that I just leave them at home. when I leave them at home, so that they can keep their morals, they keep the morals. I want to say that when women take the drugs, it makes the moral to decay. You get that the bad morals have been practiced in the family. Talk about even when women take drugs again. Talk about HIV transmission. HIV transmission. You know, a woman can transfer HIV to many people. You talk about even cases. When the woman take Holocaust, there's many cases of what? Of rape. I want to say that drug abuse has affected women. Women empowerment, because you know, as a society, they sometimes get even, you know, we are on a channel of making sure that the woman has been empowered. But when we empower women themselves, we have given opportunity to go to school to study. We have given them to get knowledge. But you just see women, they forget our originality. I say that as long as we want to empower women, let them not forget that our culture is important. Because our culture, it is what makes us. Look Kenya, look like now Kenya. There's something that we believe upon. When we want to into another country, we say I'm a Kenyan. The way I dress, the way I talk. Like now, when you call me Mogaka, the way I talk like Mogaka. I feel very proud because you have identified my culture. What about if I call somebody Mondo Wanyomba? I call you Mondo Wanyomba, you feel proud. I feel like you have recognized my community. I want to say that in Kenyan, when we talk about our culture is the key. I want to talk about those girls who are in the campus. Kindly, as we empower you, don't disappoint your parents. Don't disappoint our leaders. Even when you have been given the opportunity, drugs cannot take you anywhere. Drugs, they make the family, even the families not to go into another level. That's what I can just talk about.
So Emmanuel, Mondo Anyoba.
Tiate ndienda gukiaria no ria ndiraria gikuyu ria andu manjiraga ati ni ndirogora rimu nginya tenses ciakwa ni ikoragwo itukanite so ugakora andu ni maranjia guguthekerera no ria maraguthekerera ri nona ni kukinyirwo ni handu anjie kuigua ta utangiaria wega ko ugathie na kiria umenyerete niguo.
So according to you, how does feminism view education? Ulikuwa umekata hiyo swali.
Okay, feminism.
Just briefly, you know, our time
is up. Okay, feminism. I would like to approach the aspect of feminism from its roots. It began like after the Second World War, and in this place, it's where we started seeing the empowerment of women, where the women were coming to the forefront, starting to speak about this is what we're going against, this is what it is. But you see, amongst the people that began with feminism, it actually comes from women that were hurt by men. Okay? So a root of bitterness was sown in their hearts. And so it started growing. And they said, I do not want anything to do with a man. And as this continued happening, therefore you find like, yes, they came to the forefront and said, we want women empowerment. And at some point, it was like, oh, we can't do anything as men but give way to this. But again, it has become, feminism has become like where you are given an arm but you want to take a hand. You are given a finger, you want to take the whole arm. So the aspect of feminism from its foundation was wrong. But again, there is that positive feminist, you know, like they will realize that this is the place of a man, and they will honor that. Okay? But all that they are wanting is to be recognized, to be like, hey, I'm a woman. Do not mistreat me just because I'm a woman. Do not look down upon me just because I'm a woman. That is positive feminism. And as women get together and start saying these things, and as they get together starting to even encourage other girls, do not take, let me say, toot, you know, do not take that from anybody, you know? Like, it is there. And it is a place where feminism are calling to women to stand up and be counted. That is something that is positive.
What about you?
I think
how does that?
I think the way I think my brother has enlightened a few of the points, but I want to make it in a way that our figures can understand.
Yeah.
Our society right now, feminism has affected so much. Let me just give you a scenario. Let's say, for example, we went out there, and then you get the woman. Maybe the woman has committed a crime. Maybe has snatched a phone from me. So I'm just making them aware that my phone has been stolen. And then you get mob justice came, and then they want to assist me. Do you know what women just say? You are doing that because he's a woman. You see. But if the man, for example, look even to the family. We have what you call gender-based violence. You get to where the man have been abused. But when the man tries to talk, you get that the women come together. And then they say, you are doing that because she's a woman. I want to say that feminism, not only that, we have some people have avoided their responsibility in the family. When you want to tell them, maybe, for example, there's a quarrel in the family, and then you get that there's something has happened. Instead of sitting together and agreeing together, they solve the problem. But they say that you are doing that because I'm a woman. I want to say this not something that's to stop, because feminism, if we cannot stop, it can affect the country, it can affect the society. Look, even when something happens in our country, let's say, for example, it is a woman who has abused a man, and then a man tries to prevent. The woman will just say, and then tomorrow you will see the group of women coming and they're calling the media. They say that, you know, he was doing that because he was a woman. We want to say that even men, they need what? As we promote the affirming of a woman, let all of us, we need the feminism should be looked upon like it's a negative, and it is like a challenge that which is challenging women not to do what? Sometimes not to be seen in a way we are supposed to see them. I want to say that as we are doing this, that is a challenge. It is a negative challenge, which is our women need to talk about. When something happens, instead of complaining, instead of looking away in a feminism way, they can look it in a different way, where they look away out to solve the question.
So hapo ndipo tutafikisha our show ya leo. Niliwaambia this topic is very large. We just tumepitia tu just some few. Hatujaguza mambo na relationship, hizo mambo na family, but I know next time hiyo ndio tutakuwa tukimalizia. So for today, say something.
Okay, I want to say that the year started. We have started our show, and I believe I think we have been having a break. So when we have got a break, we have gone to energize ourselves. So we have a lot we have prepared for our viewers. Yeah. Don't go away. Just to tune in Nice TV, so that you get a lot of knowledge, and then you get to grow. Because in a daily basis, you need, as you learn, you grow. And when you grow, you know how to do things. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Thank
you very much for coming. I thought ulikuwa umefungiwa jam, but
yeah, sure.
So Emmanuel, yes, jambo. Kwero atia.
Kauru edakena.
Say something to our viewer.
I'm going to talk to both men and the women. For the men, understand that your woman or the women in our society are like a garden. We take care of them, they will blossom. People will love our gardens. We don't take care of that, it will dry up. Let our women blossom. And to the women, when you grow and blossom, do not grow thorns that will prick the men. Because there is a need to create a society that is balanced, to create a society, and that's why we're coming with the affirmation of women. Yeah. We do not neglect your place and position in the society. We actually want you to rise up and be counted, become people that will make change. in this great nation because you're capable of doing it.
Thank you.
God bless you
very much. Naona producer akufukuzae akuambi toka. Naweza kuzima stima huku. Nimushokeria ngatho ni wirore gwaku mwega. Nishike hadatha imwe ni gukorwo ngicokereria haha tukorwo tukimenya uria maundu magitinda makihanika guku bururi-ini. Abna joy tokacia bururi no ngoririkanie. Some of the peoples we are living with, they are different in the dark. But ukikuja kwa mwangaza, you are something else. So if you have ever read a book, is it a verse or a verse in the book of Ephesians? Was it Apostle Paul? Yes. Amesema you should be righteous. Na anasema righteousness is like a breastplate that secure us from the forefront schemes of the evil. So our viewers, live right and make sure you walk with integrity. Tukishemania nawe mathaa ĩmwe rĩakwa njĩtĩkaga Jose wa Muthoni.